Better than eggs. The best food to fight muscle loss after 60. I still remember it clearly. The early morning light filtering into my kitchen, the clatter of pans, and the comforting ritual of boiling 2 eggs every morning. For years, I believed that my routine was my secret weapon against aging, a way to safeguard my muscles and energy as I edged further into my 60s. Everyone around me said eggs were the king of protein, the answer to maintaining strength and vitality. I was proud, even a little smug, thinking I'd unlocked the secret to aging gracefully. But then one day, during a routine checkup, everything changed. My doctor looked at my file, then at me, and asked, "Are you sure you're getting enough protein to maintain your muscles?" I laughed lightly and replied, "Of course I have eggs every morning." Yet the silence that followed was laden with concern. My doctor explained that while eggs are a good source of protein, they only provide about 13 grams per 100 grams. That's decent, but far from the powerhouse needed to combat the silent danger of muscle loss that creeps in as we age. It turns out that while my humble eggs were a nourishing comfort, they weren't the robust defenders against sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass that I so desperately needed. This revelation was a wake-up call. There was a world beyond eggs, a veritable treasure trove of foods that packed far more protein, vital amino acids, and beneficial nutrients into every bite. Motivated and determined to reclaim my strength, I embarked on a journey of discovery. I researched, experimented, and gradually redefined my diet. Today, I want to share with you the story of that transformation, a journey from complacency to empowerment, and introduce you to the top 10 foods that are proving to be far superior to eggs when it comes to fighting muscle loss after 60. Every claim I'm about to share is backed by solid research and real-life experiences from individuals like you and me. So, let's take a journey through nourishment as we rank from number 10 down to the absolute champion that could revolutionize muscle health in our golden years. 10. Greek yogurt, the creamy muscle ally. I first discovered Greek yogurt quite by accident at a local market. I had been used to plain yogurt, not paying much attention to the difference, but as I learned more, I discovered that the non-fat, strained version was a hidden gem, a real muscle ally. With about 10 grams of protein per 100 grams, Greek yogurt quietly outperformed my daily boiled eggs, which offered roughly 6 grams of protein per serving. What makes Greek yogurt exceptional isn't just the protein count, it's also the process. Straining removes much of the liquid whey and lactose, resulting in a thick, silky texture that's gentle on the digestive system. Scientific studies have shown that older adults who consumed dairy-based protein like Greek yogurt experienced a 25% greater retention of muscle mass over a 12-week period, especially when combined with moderate exercise like daily walking. It's a simple change, yet the difference it made in my energy and recovery was undeniable. Incorporating it into my diet was straightforward. I started with a modest bowl each morning, sometimes sweetened naturally with berries or mixed with a spoonful of ground flax seeds. Its versatility allowed me to use it as a creamy base for dressings, or even as a topping for fiber-rich granola. If you're just beginning your journey to stronger muscles, Greek yogurt is a delightfully accessible step in the right direction. 9. Cooked chickpeas, the unsung hero of protein and fiber. Next on my list is an unexpected hero, cooked chickpeas. I wasn't always fond of legumes, but after learning about their benefits, I embraced them with open arms. Chickpeas offer about 11 grams of protein per 100 grams, surpassing the modest yield from my eggs. But beyond that, chickpeas are enriched with dietary fiber, which fiber is crucial, particularly as we age. It improves digestion, helps stabilize blood sugar, and reduces chronic inflammation, a silent destroyer of muscle tissue over time. One revealing study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition noted that older adults who replaced animal proteins with plant-based proteins, like those in legumes, experienced up to 26% less muscle loss. I couldn't believe the connection between intestinal health and muscle strength until I started incorporating chickpeas into my meals. For me, soaking chickpeas overnight before cooking became a small ritual that paid off. Once cooked, I'd blend them into creamy hummus or toss them in stews and salads. Their nutty taste transformed my dishes, and soon I realized that this humble legume was doing wonders for both my digestion and my muscle maintenance. 8. Quinoa, the complete protein with a twist. I had heard whispers of quinoa's magic from friends and fitness experts alike. This tiny grain, once cooked, boasts about 14 grams of complete protein per 100 grams, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids. Unlike many plant foods, quinoa's completeness in protein content made it a standout candidate as I sought to rebuild my muscle mass. One of the most intriguing aspects of quinoa is its lysine content, a crucial amino acid responsible for muscle repair, calcium uptake, and collagen production. I remember reading a study in Nutrients that showed older adults who added quinoa to their meals observed a 9% boost in leg strength over an 8-week period. I decided to give it a try, and soon my morning routine began with a warm bowl of quinoa porridge, mixed with a hint of turmeric and black pepper for added anti-inflammatory benefits. Soaking quinoa overnight became part of my preparation ritual. This extra step helped reduce saponins, natural compounds that could inhibit nutrient absorption, and made the protein even more bioavailable. Whether in grain bowls with greens or as a base for hearty stir-fries, quinoa's versatility and robust nutrient profile quickly transformed it from an exotic option to an everyday staple. 7. Pumpkin seeds. Small seeds, big impact. If size could deceive you, let me assure you that pumpkin seeds, though small, pack a mighty punch. With nearly 19 grams of protein per 100 grams, these seeds deliver almost twice the protein content of the eggs I once swore by. But their benefits don't end there. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly rich in magnesium, iron, and zinc, minerals that are essential for proper muscle function, oxygen delivery, and tissue repair. I vividly recall the day I first sprinkled raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds over my Greek yogurt. Not only did the delightful crunch and nutty flavor add depth to my meal, but I also began noticing improved muscle recovery and fewer cramps. Research documented in the Journal of Medicinal Food revealed that daily consumption of pumpkin seeds could cut muscle inflammation by nearly 38% over a 12-week period in seniors, a statistic that moved me to incorporate them into my routine permanently. Whether added to smoothies, sprinkled over salads, or enjoyed right out of the packet, pumpkin seeds are an effortless and delicious way to fortify your muscles and reclaim your active life. 6. Tempeh, fermented protein power. Before I encountered tempeh, I had a rather limited view of soy products, mostly the bland tofu variety. However, tempeh opened my eyes to a different world. Made from whole fermented soybeans, tempeh provides about 20 grams of protein per 100 grams. What sets it apart isn't just the protein quantity, but also the way fermentation transforms the soybeans into a digested, nutrient-rich powerhouse. Tempeh is a complete protein packed with all 9 essential amino acids, and it's particularly high in leucine, the amino acid that acts as a catalyst for muscle protein synthesis. Even more intriguing is that its fermentation process also introduces probiotics into the mix, which are vital for gut health. I remember reading a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition that explained how seniors with a healthier gut microbiome held on to nearly 18% more muscle mass over a year compared to others with less diverse gut bacteria. I started by slicing tempeh thinly and pan-searing it with a splash of tamari and apple cider vinegar. This method not only enhanced its savory goodness, but also kept it light and digestible, making it a fantastic substitute for meat in almost every dish. Whether crumbled into stir-fries or enjoyed as a meaty sandwich filling, tempeh has truly become a cornerstone of my protein-packed diet. 5. Spirulina, the superfood blue-green algae. Looking for something truly extraordinary, I turned to spirulina, a vibrant blue-green algae that turned out to be nothing short of miraculous. Spirulina offers a staggering 29 grams of protein per 100 grams, nearly triple the protein of my once beloved eggs. But beyond its impressive protein content, spirulina is renowned for its high bioavailability, meaning your muscles quickly and efficiently absorb its nutrients. What caught my attention was spirulina's power to combat inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the stealthy culprits undermining muscle repair in our later years. Spirulina contains a unique compound called phycocyanin that has been shown to reduce markers of inflammation, including C-reactive protein, CRP, by as much as 32% in some studies. Increased nitric oxide levels, another benefit of spirulina, also improve blood flow, ensuring that essential nutrients rush to weary muscle fibers in need of repair. I learned to incorporate spirulina in subtle, unobtrusive ways. A teaspoon stirred into my morning smoothie with banana, spinach, and walnuts, or gently blended into my lunchtime oatmeal. These small additions have made a significant difference in my overall strength and recovery, proving that sometimes the secret to resilience comes in the tiniest of packages. 4. Hemp seeds, the complete, nutty protein. Hemp seeds quickly gained a reputation among my new dietary allies. With around 35 grams of protein per 100 grams, these little seeds are not only a complete protein, boasting all 9 essential amino acids, but they also have an excellent amino acid profile that remains perfectly balanced for muscle repair. Even quinoa, celebrated for its completeness, can't quite match the precise profile hemp seeds offer. Research featured in a 2021 review in Frontiers in Nutrition revealed that seniors who included complete plant proteins like hemp seeds in their diet experienced enhanced muscle retention, faster recovery after exercise, and noticeably reduced fatigue. These benefits are critical when the body's efficiency in protein absorption declines with age. Hemp seeds are naturally packed with omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, including gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, which supports joint health and further reduces inflammation. I learned the hard way never to cook hemp seeds on high heat. Their delicate oils can break down easily and lose these essential benefits. Instead, I sprinkle them raw over warm vegetable salads, blend them into smoothies, or mix them into my homemade energy bars. Their subtle, nutty flavor has not only enriched my diet, but also become a daily reminder that small seeds can yield big rewards. Intri, seitan, the plant-based protein game changer. In my relentless quest for the best sources of protein, I encountered seitan, sometimes called wheat meat, a product unfamiliar to many of my peers. Made from vital wheat gluten, seitan is a dense meat-like food that boasts an astonishing 39 grams of protein per. Its texture and flavor mimic meat remarkably well, providing a hearty alternative without the saturated fat and heavy digestive load that animal proteins might impose. During a particularly challenging day at the gym, feeling my muscles aching and tired, I decided to experiment by adding seitan to my lunch. I sliced it thinly and pan-seared it with garlic, olive oil, and rosemary. The result was a delightful dish that not only satiated my hunger, but also fueled my recovery. Clinical research published in Clinical Nutrition highlighted that seniors incorporating plant-based protein isolates like seitan into their diets retained 21% more lean muscle mass over time compared to those on mixed diets. This evidence was both validating and inspiring. What truly excites me about seitan is its digestive friendliness. The processing removes most of the starch and fiber, leaving behind a near-pure protein source that's easier on an aging stomach. Served with a refreshing side of vitamin C-rich vegetables like broccoli or bell peppers to enhance iron absorption, seitan quickly became a favorite on my weekly menu. 2. Parmesan cheese, the aged wonder. If you ever wondered whether a little indulgence could actually support muscle health, Parmesan cheese is here to surprise you. Aged for anywhere between 12 and 36 months, Parmesan delivers an impressive 42 grams of protein per 100 grams. But the magic lies in its aging process. As Parmesan matures, its proteins break down into more readily absorbable amino acids. This pre-digestion means that your body doesn't have to work as hard to turn that protein into muscle-strengthening fuel. I started including small amounts of freshly grated Parmesan on my roasted vegetables or in my whole grain pasta dishes. A study in Nutrients found that older adults absorbed amino acids from aged cheeses like Parmesan up to 30% more efficiently than from regular meats. Just 30 grams of Parmesan can provide over 1.5 grams of leucine, a critical amino acid that sparks muscle protein synthesis, the very process that rebuilds and preserves muscle tissue. Moreover, the robust, savory flavor of Parmesan has a way of stimulating the appetite, an important benefit for many seniors who struggle with diminished hunger. Every sprinkle on my dinner plate reminded me that a little indulgence could indeed be both delicious and beneficial, proving that our culinary traditions can evolve into powerful tools against the ravages of time. 1. Dried fish powder, the hidden gem of muscle renewal. Now, for the grand finale, the one food that might just outshine all the rest, dried fish powder. I admit, when I first heard about it, I was skeptical. How could a dehydrated fine powder made from lean fish like cod or pollock pack any punch? Yet the facts quickly dissolved my doubts. With a mind-blowing 63 grams of protein per 100 grams, dried fish powder offers nearly twice the protein of eggs, surpassing even chicken breast and many whey supplements. What makes dried fish powder truly remarkable is its rapid absorption. Because it's in a finely dehydrated form, your muscles can quickly begin repairing and rebuilding, almost as if they were drinking liquid protein. I recall a turning point in my journey. A 2020 study in Clinical Nutrition tracked seniors who incorporated dried cod powder into their daily routine. In just 10 weeks, these participants gained 19% more lean muscle mass, all without significant changes to their exercise routines. This potent powder worked almost like magic, a silent ally in rebuilding strength and mitigating the effects of sarcopenia. Dried fish powder is particularly rich in leucine, an amino acid our bodies crave to trigger muscle synthesis. Research from Harvard indicated that most older adults don't receive enough leucine through ordinary meals. Just 25 grams of dried fish powder supplies more than 3 grams of leucine. I found creative ways to incorporate it, stirring a small spoonful into soups, blending it into savory stews, or even mixing it into mashed vegetables for a nutritious twist. The results? Enhanced energy levels, improved muscle tone, and a newfound sense of vitality that I hadn't experienced in years. Where my journey has taken me, and where it can take you. Looking back, My once reliable eggs had served me well for years, but as I grew older, I realized that clinging to what I knew wasn't enough to combat the inevitable muscle loss that comes with age. By embracing these 10 alternative foods, I didn't just change my diet, I transformed my outlook on aging. Each meal became a celebration of resilience, a daily testament to the idea that it's never too late to reinvent the way we care for our bodies. I share my story not to diminish the value of eggs, they still have a place at the table, but to inspire you to explore the diverse, delicious ways to nourish your muscles and your life. Whether it's the creamy delight of Greek yogurt, the humble power of chickpeas, or the revolutionary benefits of dried fish powder, every choice is a step toward a stronger, more vibrant you. As someone who's navigated the challenges of declining muscle mass, I can attest that these changes matter. They're not just about bulking up, they're about reclaiming the independence and energy that so many of us fear slipping away with time. I encourage you to be curious, try new recipes, experiment with different flavors, and most importantly, listen to your body. Embrace these foods as allies in your fight against muscle loss, and remember that every step, every bite is a declaration that life after 60 can be as dynamic and fulfilling as ever. Now pause for a moment and imagine the impact on your daily life if your muscles become stronger, your steps quicker, and your energy more robust. Picture yourself enjoying hikes, playing with your grandchildren, or savoring long afternoons with friends, all powered by the nourishment that nature so generously provides. This isn't science fiction. It's a reality that many seniors are already experiencing after making mindful dietary choices. As I continue to experiment with these protein powerhouses, I find not only improved physical strength, but also a rejuvenated spirit. The act of preparing these foods is meditative. Each meal is a ritual of self-care, a moment to connect with your inner strength. And yes, while the science supports these benefits, nothing is more important than the personal transformation that comes with taking charge of your health. In my quiet mornings and reflective evenings, when I look back on my life's journey, I see these changes as milestones. They remind me that growth doesn't stop with age, rather it evolves with us. I invite you to join this movement, a movement where age is not a barrier, but a beacon of opportunity. Let these delicious, nutrient-packed foods be the fuel that drives you forward, helping you rewrite the narrative of aging. Remember, the fight against muscle loss isn't just about staying physically fit. It's about retaining your independence, your joy, and your promise to live life fully. Every meal is a chance to honor your body, to empower your muscles, and to celebrate a life rich in movement and vitality. So next time you're in the kitchen, when the smell of fresh vegetables meets the promise of a protein-packed meal, remember the journey of discovery that transformed my life. Replace just one egg with a spoonful of dried fish powder, or add a handful of pumpkin seeds to that bowl of Greek yogurt, and know that with these choices you're paving the way for a stronger future. In the end, the message is simple. Don't settle for what you think is enough when something better is waiting to be discovered. The best food to fight muscle loss after 60 isn't locked in tradition or confined to one humble egg. It's out there, in a world of flavors, nutrients, and life-affirming choices that go beyond yesterday's habits. Embrace that change and step confidently into a future where every bite supports the vibrant, active life you deserve. I invite you to take a moment to reflect on your own journey, your successes, your challenges, and the possibilities that lie ahead. Whether you're already incorporating several of these foods into your meals, or you're just beginning to question if there's something better than eggs, know that each small step makes a difference. Aging might be inevitable, but the decline in our muscles doesn't have to be. The foods I've shared have become my allies, my daily source of strength, and a constant reminder that improvement is a lifelong journey. Let them be yours too. Experiment with recipes, keep learning, and most of all, believe that the best is yet to come. Let your plate be a canvas painted with purpose, each nutrient a vibrant stroke on the masterpiece that is your health. Here's to a future filled with energy, mobility, and the joy of living fully every single day. Remember, being better than eggs is not a question of taste alone, but of vitality, resilience, and the power to rewrite our own stories at any age. May your meals, your moments, and your muscles thrive, because you deserve nothing less than the very best.